year in the making. Michelle Music and Annie Farrell came to me with this idea of a mural. And I think I nodded my head. And if you know Annie Farrell or Michelle Music, that's all they need to run with it.
The pedal program last year took a lot of the high school students on a field trip to the Boulder Mural Festival. And at that festival, we had 2 artists that, use their personal time to talk to students and talk to them about being a professional muralist and what that's like. That was Coco Collab, who actually did the Westy mural, and then Jules.
My roots are, I'm a Mexican background, so I think a lot of the inspiration behind my style comes from my background, my roots, and kind of learning more about my culture, because I feel like I've learned more about my culture being here in the States than when I was in Mexico.
It was really meaningful to the students at that time that they were willing to do that. I think that they were really inspired by the cultural representation of those artists. And so it was probably a little awkward, but I walked up to them and said, "My students love you, I want to work with you, and I want to make that happen." So I proposed to their principal, Brenda Martin, about a mural, and the rest is history.
The teacher asked the whole school, just to give me inspiration on the words, STEM. They each made like a drawing or inspiration, what they wanted to say for science, for technology, for math, for engineering. I was going to take all the inspiration just to come up with the design, so they were really part of the mural since the beginning, since the inspiration, since the design.
The awesome thing about what the foundation did in funding this and our experience with Jules is students are getting to see him, a Latino man who is out there making art, doing it to support himself fully, and that's pretty meaningful in envisioning that art can be a career.
People that really support art and believe in art, that's who make this happen, and if it wasn't for them, this wouldn't happen, and just the kids, we did like 2 days of painting with the students, so they're part of this mural. You all want to count with me? All right, 3, 2, 1.
My big goal is that we become a destination, and that when people think about Westminster Public Schools, they think about that's the cool district that's doing all the art. And that is the district that's vibrant, and that kids are being seen and that they're being heard. Even with the STEM mural, people are telling their art teacher, Miss Farrell at STEM, like, "Oh, I painted the E, I painted on the M, that was me." Art makes you proud and it makes you happy, more than a lot of other things do in life. And I think it's bringing joy to our district, it's bringing a sense of community. And so I hope it keeps growing. I have to give big thanks to some district leadership, Dr. Duffy, the Creative Arts Pipeline, for welcoming that and encouraging that. It's super meaningful, and I will always be a driver behind that. I hope we continue to the sky's the limit, really.